Okay, when you look at Arch, all right, since we're talking about Arch Manning, his Heisman odds have shortened. We knew that was going to happen, right? After Ohio State, they dropped down to 16-1. Now they're back at 12-1 after he opened as the favorite at 6-1. But Garrett Nussmeier continues to lead the way at 7-1. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer sitting here at 8-1 after opening at 25-1. Carson Beck on the board, some other guys as well. Is it too late to jump on Mateer at 8-1?
I don't think it's too late, but you're certainly not getting the best bang of your buck. Obviously because he's coming off a good game against a marquee opponent where he made some really good throws. But I don't think his price is going to be going down over the weekend. Oklahoma goes on the road. Am I reading this correctly? To Temple. Doesn't feel like it should be a tough game for Oklahoma, but they do have, maybe some tough ones coming up. They play Auburn the next week, and then I think it looks like 4 weeks they play Texas. That will be obviously a huge game, but maybe there's still some logic that says, okay, you can still bet on John Mateer, because I do feel like in the public mindset, he's still definitely not won it. Even though the odds have shortened dramatically, it's still 8-1. It does feel like it is still very much a wide open race. So you're not getting the best number, but I'm not going to talk off people who are saying, hey, I can still make a case for John Mateer. There's still plenty of weeks left in the season, still plenty of big marquee games, and he has shown flashes of being a very good quarterback.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting to me. I'm not happy with it. I was hoping to go to Oklahoma and not be good, but, credit where credit is due. He looks really good. I think the only issue with John Mateer is not his play. He looks great. And when you get a win over Michigan in the way that they did, Michigan is definitely down this year, but still, it's a big win. I think they use him so much, he gets a lot of usage. I mean, he can run the ball, too. That's the thing. He's more of a dual threat than you think. I mean, he can move. And so when you use a quarterback that much, I think you have to worry potentially about injury, which, of course, you do with every quarterback or every player that you bet on, but particularly at that position, and particularly a guy like him, because the Sooners really need him on offense. They've had issues with their offense in previous years, and so they're going to absolutely get as much run out of him as possible. And when that happens, then there's maybe a bit more of a roll of the dice there, but there's no question at 8-1, I still think there's value.
Yeah. Did you see the quote from the Temple coach about the game plan for John Mateer? He said, it's going to be important for us to get as many hits on him as possible. Yep. It's a cumulative thing. When he pulls the ball down and becomes a running back, he has to pay the price. I'm not sure if Temple can act on those words, but there are teams in the SEC that can.
Yeah. Temple will be like, oh, and they trip up John Mateer after a 55-yard run. They just have not been able to get a helmet on him. It'll be different in the SEC, but you never know, though. You never know.
Can I interest the two of you, since we're talking about a guy that played well against a marquee opponent and his odds jumped tremendously?
Okay.
Can I interest the two of you in a Tennessee bet on Joey Aguilar, who right now is 50-1, but Tennessee plays Georgia this weekend.
Oh.
So if he balls out against Georgia, you're not going to get him at 50-1 anymore.
Yes.
I feel like since I haven't watched him personally, I can't make a decision. But I will say Josh Heupel is an offensive mind. And if anybody can set him up for success, it's certainly him. But I don't know. I'm not sure on that one.
At 50-1, I think worth a sprinkle, right? If they go into Georgia and win that game is in Athens, right?
So it will be at home, but it's by far the biggest competition that he's played. They've had 2 layup games, and then, hey, here's Kirby Smart.
Right. Didn't they drop a 70-burger last week?
They did.
Oh, God. Man. I mean, that's a good – if you're just straight up looking for value, right, that's what you're looking for. Then 50-1, I guarantee you, at this point, it's so hard with the Heisman market. Because from week to week, things can change dramatically. Arch goes from 6 to 16-1, now 12-1. Garrett Nussmeier hasn't moved too much. Cade Klubnik, massive value. I think, didn't you get him at 12-1? Didn't something like that?
I got Clemson at 13-1 to win the championship, which...
Well, you never know. But Cade Klubnik was 9-1. Now he's 25-1. This market moves so quickly.
Well, I think because a lot of it depends on how the team does as a whole. So, this is not just a bet on a quarterback. You have to bet on the team to at least be relevant, right? Because that's my question for Tennessee is, do you think they're going to be a playoff team? And I'm not so sure.
We're going to find out a lot this weekend.